Hello, my name is Lisa and welcome to my channel. So I want to take a second and talk about mindfulness, specifically not just mindfulness, but applying mindfulness with our thoughts, with our cognition. There is something called self-talk, and what self-talk is it's, the language that we use when we're thinking, when we're talking to ourselves. And that's significant to be aware of because the way what we're saying to ourselves essentially influences how you feel and how you behave. That's kind of the basis of what cognitive behavioral therapy is. So applying mindfulness with our thought process. There's a lot of different techniques that are super helpful when working with our thoughts, right? And working around trying to change some of our thinking to improve mood. One of the techniques that can be super helpful is really just being aware of what it is that you're saying to yourself. Aware of when you feel yourself having an intrusive thought, a scary thought, an anxiety-provoking thought, like a thought that can cause and trigger, feelings of sadness. For example, like an intrusive thought, recognize, it can really be anything. People tend to know what could be a scary thought, but it could be, something that's catastrophic. It could be, I'm going to lose my job. That could be like the thought that you have. So when you're applying mindfulness to our thinking, it's really being aware of what was that thought and noticing yourself having that thought. So for example, saying to yourself in that second that I am observing and noticing myself having a thought about losing my job, and that's a scary thought. It could be a scary thought because obviously if people lose their job, it's like you start thinking, the thought starts getting louder and louder, and you start catastrophizing about losing your house, and then catastrophizing about not being able to pay any bills and never finding a job again. So being able to recognize that what was that initial thought that triggered all of the other scary, catastrophic thoughts that spiraled and got louder and louder was, I'm going to lose my job. So saying to yourself in this moment that, again, you're noticing yourself having this scary thought. The thought could be, my partner doesn't love me, my partner's going to leave me. I'm noticing myself having a thought about my partner not loving me, my partner leaving me. So why is it important to be able to be mindful and aware and noticing yourself having the thought? Because there's a difference in how you feel when you notice yourself having these intrusive, scary, sad thoughts versus actually having them, believing them, and writing them out and letting them get louder and scarier and more sad in our brain. And this is something that, I strongly recommend people trying. Again, there's a big difference between noticing yourself having a thought and really feeling and participating and being in the thought. The same as there's a difference between noticing, observing, being mindful of any kind of physical discomfort versus really participating in that feeling and letting it kind of take over your whole being. Again, observe yourself having the thoughts. Say out loud what the thoughts are as they come, and that can be a helpful technique when you are somebody who experiences intrusive thoughts. Please subscribe to my channel, and I am going to be offering a lot of different tools and tips for managing distressful thoughts. All right, thank you for stopping by. Bye.